Hello guys, welcome back to our channel Mo and Ash Vibes. We are back with another very important update related to Canadian immigration. It is a very important update, especially for people who want to immigrate to Canada, because it is about something that can affect your express entry profile. But before we talk about it in detail, if you haven't already subscribed to our channel yet, please subscribe to our channel and also hit the like button and share the content. As we all know that Federal Skilled Worker Program draws and Federal Skilled Trade Program draws were on temporary hold, but as we also talked about in our last update video, that they are going to open in early July, which is definitely a great news. Now, as these draws are opening, people have started working on their express entry profile and they have started preparing their application. And a lot of people have also created their express entry profile. So when you are creating your express entry profile, there is one very important requirement that you have to fulfill, which is that you should be able to show that you can support yourself and your family members when you are going to settle in Canada. This thing is also known as the proof of funds. So you have to show that you have enough funds available to you to support yourself and your family members. So according to the new update, Canada has increased the proof of funds amount. These amounts are based on the 50% of low income cut-off total. Although these changes are small, but it can affect your eligibility. So make sure that your proof of amounts is equal to or greater than the requirement. So if you have already created your express entry profile, then update your settlement funds if your funds are less than the requirement. And you should do this by June 8, 2022. I know that a lot of you might be thinking that if you are going to update your profile with the new settlement fund number, then you might lose your rank in a tie-break situation. Now, what is a tie-break situation? In a tie-break situation, if two or more candidates have the same CRS score, then your profile is ranked on the basis of date and time when your express entry profile was added in the pool. And then whosoever's profile is in the pool for a longer period of time, that candidate gets the priority. But you don't have to worry about all this, because if there is a tie-break situation, then just by updating your profile with the new number is not going to affect your rank. It will not change the date and time it was received. So your rank would remain the same if there is any tie-break situation. So now let's talk about these new updated numbers, which is how much funds are required of you to support yourself and your family when you have to settle in Canada. Now, these numbers are based on the size of the family. Now, if you have to calculate the size of your family, you have to include yourself, your spouse or your partner, your dependent children if you have any, and your spouse's dependent children if they have any. The important thing to note here is that you have to include your family even if they are not coming to Canada with you. And also you have to include your family if they are already Canadian PR or citizens. Now you can see on your screen there is a table provided that shows the minimum amount that you need to immigrate to Canada as of June 9, 2022. Now these amounts have been mentioned according to the number of family members. Also, if you have more money, you should list the full amount in your profile or application. Now, not everyone has to show the proof of funds. So let's talk about who does not need to show the proof of funds. So if you are applying under Canadian Experience Class category, then you do not have to show the proof of funds. Only if you are applying under Federal Skilled Worker Program or Federal Skilled Trade Program, then only you have to show the proof of funds. But again, if you already have a job offer in Canada and you have the authorization to work in Canada, then even if you are applying under Federal Skilled Worker Program or Federal Skilled Trade Programs, you still do not have to show any proof of funds, because you have the job offer as well as you have the authorization to work in Canada. So now not everything is accepted as proof of funds. So now let's talk about what is accepted as proof of funds. The first thing is that the funds should be readily available to you, which means if there is an equity on a real property, you cannot show that money as your settlement fund. The next point is that you cannot borrow this money from anyone, which means it should be your money and you should be able to use this money to pay for the cost of living for yourself and your family members when you are in Canada. Even if your family members are not coming with you to Canada, you should still be able to have that much money to support yourself and your family members, and you should be able to use this money. So which means this money should be yours. The third point is that if your spouse is also coming with you to Canada, then you can count your money together in a joint account. But if the account is under their name only, then you may be able to count that money, but then you have to show that you have the access to that money. The fourth point is that these funds must be available to you when you are going to apply. And also, if your application is approved and if they issue you a permanent resident visa at that time as well, these funds must be available to you. Also, when you arrive in Canada, you must be able to prove to the immigration officer that you can legally access these funds to use for yourself and your family members. So for proof, you must get official letters from any banks or financial institutions where you are keeping the money. For the proof, the letters must be printed on the financial institution's letterhead. It should include their contact information, which means their address, their telephone numbers, their email address. It should include your name. It should list outstanding debts such as credit cards, debts, and loans. It should include for each current bank and investment account the account numbers, date each account was opened, current balance of each account, average balance for the past 6 months. So guys, this was a new update related to Canadian immigration. I know the changes are small, but these little changes matter because this can affect your express entry profile and you may lose a chance on coming to Canada. So it is very important that we keep in mind all these little updates and make our profile the best. I hope that this information will help you in updating your settlement funds if required in time, which is before June 8, 2022. With this, I end our today's video. Now I will see you in our next video with some more important updates related to Canadian immigration. Until next time, ta-da!